Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Police identify suspect killed in alleged gun battle in Central Village. The man who was fatally shot during an alleged confrontation with the police in Central Village, St. Catherine on Thursday has been identified as 30-year-old Everton McDonald of East Street in Kingston. The police say he was listed as wanted for shooting with intent. Mr. McDonald and another man reportedly opened fire on 33-year-old Roger Beckford of Little Lane in Spanish Town about 11 o'clock in the morning. While fleeing the scene, the gunmen were challenged by a police team. There was an alleged gun battle, and Mr. McDonald was shot and a Glock pistol with a magazine reportedly taken from him. The other man escaped. Clarendon man charged with housebreaking larceny. 33-year-old Andre Mackenzie of Fosmore Drive, Maple in Clarendon, has been arrested and charged with housebreaking and larceny following an incident on Thursday, July 7. Reports from the Maple police are that about 12 p.m., the complainant, who is the caretaker of the premises, locked up the house and left. Upon her return, she discovered that the outside gate was open and the padlock on the veranda grill was removed. Further checks reveal that several items were missing from the house, including 5 television sets, 1 DVR, laptops, computers, and appliances, all valued $500,000. The police, acted on information, visited another location where Mackenzie was caught in the process of breaking into a house. He was accosted and a caution statement given, after which he was charged on Friday, August 5th. His court date is yet to be finalized. Kingston man charged with robbery, illegal possession of firearm. 27-year-old Mario Hines, otherwise called Planko, of Pink Lane in Kingston 14 has been arrested and charged with robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of firearm following an incident on Friday, July 29. Reports from the Elston Road Police are that about 7:25 p.m., the complainant was walking home along with a young child when a silver motor car with Hines and 3 others aboard drove up behind her and stopped. Hines and 2 other men alighted from the car, one armed with a firearm, and they proceeded to rob the complainant of her knapsack containing an LG A20 cellular phone valued at $20,000, as well as $50,000 cash, a check in the amount of $39,000, an Amazon tablet, 1 blood pressure machine valued at $9,000, a blood sugar machine valued at $2,000, 1 pill cluster valued at $500, and a bank card and her driver's license. The men made good their escape in the area in the said motor car. The police, acting on information, subsequently arrested Hines, and the cell phone and tablet were found in his possession. Hines was positively identified to the police and was charged on Friday, August 5th. His court date is being finalized. Much too slow. Parliamentarian Michael Phillips has expressed disappointment with the slow implementation of the Greater Mandeville Traffic Management System. The $80 million project, which includes roads and intersections being widened and signalized, is expected to address nagging traffic congestion in this South Central town. We have been getting too many promises from authorities, the National Works Agency, the Municipal Council, in having proper traffic management put in place for the town of Mandeville and for other towns and its environs, and to ensure that all the cameras are working and the effect of traffic management for them. Phillips, who represents Manchester Northwestern, told reporters on July 28, after raising the issue in an address at the Manchester Park Development Committee annual general meeting. I am quite disappointed that we haven't gotten any further than just talking in dealing with traffic management, Phillips, the opposition spokesman on Transport and Works, have told the meeting. Among the roads and intersections to be signalized under the system are North Race Coast Road to Main Street, North Race Coast Road to Caledonia Road, Villa Road to Main Street, South Race Coast Road, Caledonia Road, Park Crescent, Manchester Road, Perth Road, and Greenville Road. Manchester PDC Chairman Anthony Freckleton said the contract was put to tender for the system. The problem is it takes too long to get things done in our parish, Freckleton lamented. There is no head office of any government agency in our parish, and that is the problem. For this traffic plan, it took 12 years to reach where it is at now, and it's at a tender, he said. The project is expected to create a ring road around Mandeville. No need for monkeypox restrictions, says Tufton. While there is a concern about the rapid surge in the number of monkeypox cases in Jamaica, main tourist market, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said there is currently no need for significant restrictions here. His comments were made on the same day he announced Jamaica now has its first locally transmitted case of the disease. We don't think that it is at stage now where the public health team should be recommending any major restrictions except to say that we have to beef up our borders to ensure that we can foretell. Foretell can manage the screening and observation and the surveillance of people coming in, and that has always been the case, but we're going to have to be more vigilant in this case because of this issue, he said on Friday. Dr. Tufton was speaking with journalists following a ceremony to mark the resumption of construction on the Western Children and Adolescent Hospital in St. James and a tour of Cornwall Regional Hospital, which is currently under rehabilitation. He was replying to questions from reporters surrounding developments in the U.S. and Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica's response. On Thursday, news came that U.S. is mulling over declaring a public health emergency to boost the federal response to the outbreak of monkeypox. The announcement is expected to free up federal funding and resources to fight the virus that has already infected more than 6,600 Americans. Dr. Tufton said Jamaica's concerns surrounding what is taking place in the U.S. and other markets that Jamaica interact with will influence how the government plans on the ground. We have to be concerned because, as we've been said by the World Health Organization and by governments like the U.S., it is now elevating the status of monkeypox to a public health concern and public health emergency, and we have to be concerned about that. So yes, we have it on our radar and monitoring a lot closer, Tufton stated. More than 21,000 cases of monkeypox have been recorded in 78 countries, including the Caribbean nations of the Bahamas, Barbados, Bermuda, and Jamaica. Even though Trinidad has not recorded a case, its government has ordered some 2,000 doses of vaccine from the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, to fight the virus. That is a move being explored locally, according to the health minister. Yes, we are looking at that. Vaccines are part of the program that we are working on, he said in response to a query from reporters. Dr. Tufton said the health ministry will continue to advise the public as information becomes available or as the experts recommend. On Friday, Jamaica confirmed its first locally transmitted case of the virus, which brings to 3 the number of monkeypox cases confirmed in the island. In its essence, changes of the complexion of the challenge that we face, Tufton told journalists. In this third case, the individual is being quarantined at home because their facility does allow for it, and for the person it is cooperative. That is what we will do with the cases. Tufton said the health ministry's technical team is currently having dialogue on the matter of local transmission of the disease, which he said was anticipated. They're looking at their consulting, including what our bilateral and multilateral partners, looking at their protocols that we have put out already, having a discussion with the medical teams in the respective parishes, and reviewing how we address concerns about public information, how we address concerns around vaccines, how we address concern around the contract tracing and quarantine if necessary, stated Tufton. Wholeness sees 2022 as turning point of violence fight. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says Jamaica is entering a period which will be seen in the future as a turning point towards a more peaceful society. My administration has already begun to create the legislative framework to address violence and public disorder, he told parliamentarians and their guests attending a special sitting of both houses, Garden House recalling Jamaica's 68 years of independence. When this period is reflected on, decades from now, it will be acknowledged as a turning point in Jamaica's development towards a more peaceful and less violent society, he insisted. Listing the initiatives his government has planned to counter the high number of crimes, from shooting to lottery scamming, which have gripped the country for several months, Holness said they include the new Road Traffic Act and its term regulations aimed at reckless driving, including by motorcyclists, which have already pushed road fatality beyond 200 mark this year. Amendments to several legislations, including the Firearm Act, especially in terms of the trading in gun and the right to use them, as well as changes to the Bail Act, Enhanced Security Act, Offensive Against the Person Act, and Sexual Offense Act. All these taken together will create a robust and modern framework relevant to the issues at hand to secure our social order, he said. But he noted that Brand Jamaica is still strongly globally and for his government is very thankful and proud. Our political classes have demonstrated that they can come up with the policies to address the social issues that can build the institutions, but we have just not yet seemed to have set the economic policies, he told the House. However, we are now on our journey to consolidate our independence, and I have said repeatedly, this is a priority for any administration, Holness stated. He said that in 1962, when Jamaica became independent, Jamaicans could not have imagined the level of access to weapons and rampant use of violence in settling disputes between each other. However, he insisted that the level of narcotic and human trafficking scamming, cybercrime, and the growth of criminal gangs did not emerge over in the last decades, as they have been present and grown significantly over the last 30 years. The truth is that our society has changed and is changing much faster than the legislative framework necessary to preserve social order, he stated. Ness said that for decades, both major political parties have made decisions that are inconsistent with sound economic thinking, have been detrimental social and economic consequences. External events like national disorders, global recession, and wars have created serious challenges, but we must admit that some of these crises have been of our own making, he argued. He said that the amount of deficiencies with the fact that the state entities were allowed to continue to operate without immediate intervention, resulting in the accumulation of debt, of which he said was the story of the fiscal in 1990s. Holness also told the House that most outstanding achievements of the nation in the last decades was political consensus around sustainable fiscal management and debt reduction. After his address, Holness and opposition leader Mark Golding unveiled a plaque commemorating the 60th anniversary of independence joint sitting.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.